Last time on Super Universe 13, our intrepid starbound wanderers headed off to a planet where Goober's sister, Bonzo, was being kept. She was being bodyguarded by the Saiyan warrioress known as the Sai, who found Goober, her old friend, and immediately decided to spar with him. Bad move, because as soon as she managed to bloody Goober, she invoked the Berserker Rage in Rabe, and much fighting was had after that. But to complicate matters even further, it turns out that the Fergusian Empire had sent operatives to this planet to try and disrupt the Twin Fangs by kidnapping Bonzo. Or at least, that's how it seemed at first. The main guy left, and the rest of the Black Ice Squadron, joined by several Piloite Bandoras, was soon quickly wiped out by the combined forces of the Starbound Wanderers. Now, at the request of the android Amethyst, the Starbound Wanderers make their way across space to the planet Tohinga to do some training with their old friends from the Orange Star Academy. That all starts now on Super Universe 13.
I can do more push-ups than you.
Merging mind and matter. Amethyst training. I love doing that.
Look, when you were supposed to do that, I'm sorry.
It's Carrick that's the ship's DJ. It's Carrick that's the ship's DJ, goddammit.
He's also DJ'd for Earth 7 and other planets.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so... Well, we are going to start up here by going through... on the scavenger itself with our groups together. Asai has been trying to get acquainted with the gravity trainer. Give me a fortitude save.
Hey?
Okay. Yeah, Asai has been starting to get acquainted with the gravity trainer chamber and is now able to fight at the same levels of gravity as Goober, Rabe, and Hakili, who apparently has just walked into the gravity chamber.
Kelly?
You remember what happened? You remember what happened the last time that you did that? Well, with that computer's check, what you've done is you've managed to activate this protocol that Carrick put into the computer system that puts a localized 500 gravity pillar over the person who tries to mess with the computer without his special code.
Try a key push on Kelly before this happens.
You can, go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna use key push. Touch!
You managed to just shove Hakili outside of the pillar, but for the time being, there is now a localized 500 gravity pillar in front of the machine, so if you want to get to that, you're going to have to make one hell of a fortitude save.
Do I trust my fort? I don't think I can trust my fort. But I'm a Yamcha this. Let's do this.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think I can. I'm not doing this. Goober just like circles past this, like, no, no, no.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Not enough, Keely. You, as soon as you start hitting the pillar, it's just like... Not enough, Goober. As soon as you hit the pillar, it's like... I told you, it's going to have to be a monster fortitude save here.
He's gonna still try. He's gonna try and get up. Do it!
Still not enough. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right off. The DC for the fortitude save is more than both of you can possibly do, even with a natural 20.
Oh, it's just like... I'm going Super Saiyan.
I will go ahead and tell you that I have specifically done this as something that you are not going to be able to surmount right now because of what Carrick did last. Sorry. I've already let you get up to 250 gravity. I'm not going to let you game this however you want. I am a nice GM, but that does not mean I am a good one.
I just realized I keyboard the button. Just...
You're trying to deactivate that. Okay. See if you can do it.
Well, I'm not trying to break the button, but I am at least trying to push it.
Okay, with that, you are able to just focus enough of a key bolt that you are able to hit the button to shut the enhanced gravity off, so it's back to standard gravity.
Kelly.
And you see a message on the screen that says, "I told you not to mess with this, Carrick."
So for that one,
and Rabe's looking over at a science like, I think we actually agree on something. Has Hiffle frozen over?
I should probably ask where Kelly got that idea from.
Rabe's like.
Oh, great, you're finally working together. That's good.
Don't expect it to be. Don't expect me to make a habit of it, though. All right.
But he's just like seeing them both like arguing. He's just gonna go like, "All right. You know what'll make this better? Fingers to his forehead. Appears in front of his little baby sister. Second.
Roma's kind of holding and is still getting used to the fact that you can pop back and forth on there. Whereas Bonzo just goes pop.
Pop. He's gonna like gently take Bonzo from Roma. Thanks for watching her. Returns back to the party. Returns back to the others.
Yeah, you're welcome. I gotta get used to that.
He's gonna like hold up Bonzo. Bonzo, are they being dummies for fighting?
Bonzo just looks at you quizzically like she has no idea what's going on.
wanted to bring Bonzo because she'll brighten up the room. Look at her. Like, hands her to a sigh.
Well, at least you didn't bring her in here while we had that localized gravity well in the way that she could stumble into.
Really got baby-proof this room.
Yeah, it might be a good idea. Yeah. Asai's just, or Bonzo's just looking at Asai, got her arms outstretched.
Oh yeah, because essentially the gravity well is for you and me.
By the way, I just love that we've got a little kid in the group, and now I'm playing Kid Go On music.
Just like Rabe.
Yeah.
That's another thing you can get on along with.
Yeah, Rabe's like, wow, Hiffle must be really frozen over because we just agreed with each other again. Meanwhile, quick cut to the other world, and there's this big blue-colored ogre guy who's sitting at a desk made entirely of the finest mahogany, and he's actually kind of shivering, like, why is it so cold? Did someone mess with the thermostat? And cut back to the show.
There's gonna be like, sir, you wouldn't believe it. Two people that hate each other actually were agreeing on something.
I don't care. Fix the goddamn thermostat. And cut back to the show.
And like, he's just gonna go, hey Kelly, we have to learn from Asai from now on. And Roma, we need to be parents.
And Rabe she's kind of got her hand over her mouth, trying not to giggle. Well, it's a good thing you did learn something from the babysitters, because sometimes it feels like a babysitter with these two around. Being a babysitter with these two around. Alright. And Roma's coming around the corner and steps into her. You know, you really ought to warn a person before you pop in and out like that, Goober.
I have a cowbell on me when I do it.
A cowbell? I have a fever.
Yeah, you know those little...
I have a fever.
I need a cat bell. I'm not a cat. Wait, no, I'm not.
Well, you're not a cow either.
In like Saiyan bells.
I have a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Ability to actually do the dimensional hop thing to actually double his instant transmission just so I can pop up in front of that Yardradian. Is this what it's like?
I'm not gonna let you teleport across space. At least not yet. To declare that we need more Carebell stare.
Hold on, I need another person's opinion on this. in front of Carrick. Yeah, no, he aimed a gun at me. Never mind. I'm not doing this. At least not in the ship.
You need cowbells. Yeah. Anyway, Roma's just kind of standing there with her hands on her hips. And it's just like, with just her hands on her hip and like, just looking at them and wondering what's going on. Robbie's just looking over to her sister like, you know how these two are.
Look over to Roma. You're not gonna believe it, but they're actually agreeing on things.
Right, and Roma just looks over to Robbie and decides like, wow. Hiffle has frozen over, hasn't it?
I think it's really hurting her pride because she's like, grr, how dare he insult my pride?
Grr, I wish I were a peanut.
Grr, I wish I was a goober.
I wish I was a legume. Mock my pride. And a few days ago, he learned where babies came from. Oh, that actually reminds me. Robbie, we do need to take those certain medical tests. So go ahead and come with me if you would.
Saiyan.
Oh my god! So they're gone off to the medical section on there. All right, and Roma does take Bonzo as well because you know they enjoy watching their little soon to be niece-in-law.
Sister-in-law?
Or their little soon to be sister-in-law, yeah. So we have a stern talking to. Oh my. Mock me again and I'll paint this gravity chamber with your... Mock me again and I'll paint this gravity chamber with your entrails.
Need those to live. You are an artist, like your parents?
And this is where I feel sad that I didn't leave one of my NPCs around for commentary. Come on, he's gonna be a dad. At least wait till the baby's born.
Well, I'm married. What the hell are you talking about? Like, Goover's looking very confused. What? Hold on, I need to go check something. Oh, wait. I found something. Goober's gonna like walk out.
Okay. What are you checking on?
I want to check on the twin fangs.
All right. So you bring up. All right. You bring up. You get a hold of your mom. All right, and your mom's on the phone like, oh, hello. Why was I trying to go Cockney all of a sudden? She's
My mother's Cockney, I didn't know this.
She's Minnesotan. She's Minnesotan, not Cockney. Oh, hello there, dear.
Oh, hey, Mom, how's the family doing? Oh, he cheated on you again.
Oh, I know about that. I know about that, honey. Honey, I know about that. I know about Bonzo. Bonzo. I'm the one who suggested he take her somewhere safe, don't you know?
I thought you castrated him.
Oh, no, I did that too. You know how I am. I'm such a scamp like that. I'm such like a scamp like that, dear.
Oh, Mom, I'm a dad.
Oh, congratulations! I can't wait to see the grandkid when they show up.
Zai's with us.
Oh, your old friend. Have you been catching up with her very well?
Yeah, we got in a fight, and then I had to make out with my wife so she wouldn't get all angry and murdery.
Your mother, Paya, just kind of cocks her head and looks at you for a bit. Thinks for a bit. Well, I'm glad to see that your relationship's going normally.
No mix-ups unless something happens. Anyway.
Oh, by the way, I just saw your dad rant. I just saw your dad Rantaloo and Zelda the other day. They're healing up very nicely. You know that Zelda. He's always been real good with the healing.
I didn't actually know he was a father.
Oh, and you were referring to Rantaloo, yeah. All right. Oh, he doesn't talk about it too much. His wife left him years ago. Took the kid to the other side of the Imperium.
Well, some people tried to kidnap Bonzo, but then we blew them all up. Oh, hey, Asai!
Akili and Asai, you see on the video screen, you see someone that you actually know to some degree. Paya, Goober's mother. Oh, hi there, dearest Sai. It's been a while. And hello there, Akili. You're looking very sharp today, if you'll pardon the pun. You'll pardon the pun on your horns.
Say horny, because that would honestly have been either offensive or something else. I don't know.
Yeah. How's our dear Sai doing? How's our dear little Bonzo doing?
With the mom, she's with the wife, and the Kelly's wife. In-laws. It's like that penny drop moment where Cooper's like, "Oh my God, I'm married. Oh my God, Ferguson."
Yeah, well, I heard you two got into a little bit of a sparring match. I hope you didn't hurt him too badly, Asai. There I go with the Cockney again.
Please, I was the one putting her. Yeah, right. You're the most. You can't literally say anything. He says, I have to wield a sword to hit me.
Paya's just there on the screen. Just there on the screen with her hand over her mouth, just trying not to say anything right now.
They're childhood friends. When your friends literally start arguing.
They're also childhood friends that are arguing that are Saiyans and adults.
And to be fair, when that happens, I'm either hiding, running, or essentially somewhere else entirely.
Well, I do want to go see like my little. I would like to see my little half daughter. Could you go get Bonzo, please?
You just, I'm pretty sure she just grabs onto like the device, puts his hands to his forehead. Medical area.
That's really disorienting, honey. That was really disorienting.
Let's do it.
Also, the camera is pointing over to Sai, and she sees, and she's like, "Yeah, Pia, hi." Oh, isn't she cute? She's coming along just fine. I can't wait till she's up running about and learning to fly. Now I'm Australian. Why is her accent all over the place?
Cultural, thank you. Oh, Sai, she could be a scholar if she wanted to.
Well, you never know, dear. I mean, you look how your parents turned out after all, Sai. Sai.
How good they are.
And we're all very proud of them, even if their naming scheme's a little unorthodox.
Also, Kelly is right, Asai. You barely just learned how to fly like a day ago.
I'm learning to fly.
Oh boy. Threatening the mother. That's not gonna go well for her.
Paya just kind of waves off the threat on that. She's the white wife of a resistance leader who has seen combat of all kinds. She has seen everything at this point. She gives no fucks. Oh, be sure.
That was like a month ago. I know everything. I didn't know the woman was sis. Big pecs.
Well, anyway, I gotta go. You know, I gotta go because, well, yeah, well, I gotta go because, you know, someone's gotta keep you Gotta keep your father in line, don't you know? There I go with there I go with the Minnesotan Cockney again.
It's what entirely gave birth to the Scottish accent. Jeez. Either Cooper's gonna sound like this, or he's gonna be going, "Oh, well, how are you doing? Don't you know?"
It's like it's like if Bob and Doug did the fusion dance with Dick Van Dyke's Cockney accent.
Well, we're heading to the 4-star academy. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Hangs up the phone. Hangs up the device.
And your mother waves before it goes whoop. Before it goes whoop.
Are we there yet?
No. I would like to say we're there yet, but we're still missing somebody. We may. Alright.
Always healed.
Achilles gonna go for a spacewalk.
Remember to close the analog next time, you asshole! I'm bored. I'd rather she not get ejected out of this place.
And Rabe's like, you don't worry about it. You're not being left just with Goober. You're being left with us as well. And she kind of nods to Roma. And Roma just looks at Rabe and goes like, you realize it's not really reassuring to her, right? I know.
Cooper's gonna take Bonzo and take like 2 steps back.
Rabe just kind of looks at his side for a moment there. If you're trying to intimidate me. And she just kind of glares. If you are in fact trying to actually intimidate her, feel free to roll a check for that.
So why is everyone muted, by the way?
Well, Solara, of course, voice has not been feeling well today. And Geek's microphone got kind of wrecked by Nice. So. Yeah, so.
Okay, I have a question, GM.
I may have an answer.
Is there a probability Goober has like a teddy bear he can give to Bonzo? Ember thinks before she says something.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. You did take a stop at Ur-7 for a bit and pick up some supplies, including stuff for Bonzo. So yeah.
Yeah, he bought Bonzo like this little peanut plushie. Bonzo being peanut plushie and just gave it to
Right.
her.
Overwatch has started an update. Great. I'm not playing it right now. Rabe just kind of steps forward a little bit. Just kind of.
You have something to. The baby place.
Roma takes Bonzo from you. And she just kind of looks at her sister. Rabe, we've been talking about this. Jasmine.
Aside by the tail. The base of the tail.
Kaylee goes inside for a bit. Okay, enough space. Radiation for me. What's going on in? Oh no.
Like
Rama's just got Bonzo in her arms and just looking at Rabe like, sister, there are hormonal changes going through our bodies now. You know what that can do to seeing women. You know. And you know how that's affecting you in particular.
I'm gonna stand between them.
Huh.
He does not want to see a fight between two women. He's like, I could stop this, but then I realized one of them can go into a Broly state and destroy the ship. Probably stop this.
Between seeing Cooper in front of her and hearing Roma's words and seeing Bonza kinda even looking concerned, Rabe just her look just kind of shifts from cold and hard to kind of playfully light, and is like, you know what, you're right. You're not worth it right now. One day, maybe, though. And that wink was directed at Asai.
Oh. It's motive!
You have no idea what the hell she meant by that. Don't make promises you're not willing to keep, Asai.
Roll another sense motive on this, because I'm trying to read the atmosphere at the moment. Equivalent of...
On that note, Asai, you might want to make a sense motive check, too.
What?
There is okay. Asai, you definitely get this strange vibe that it's half enmity, half something else. Goober, you're only able to just kind of pick up the enmity with just the vaguest hint of maybe something else going on. Asai, your woman's intuition is firing on all cylinders. You can see that it's a 50-50 mix of enmity and something else.
Okay, no, Goober's gonna like pick up Rabe. Like, come on, we have to do your test. Come here. I don't want you to stress yourself out, you know?
Rotten. Yeah, Rabe heads back over.
Oh no, he's carrying her Prince Bridal style.
No. And Roma just kind of breathes a sigh of relief. Monzo has no idea what's going on, but doesn't care because she's 3. That was not an intended pun. That was not an intended pun. God damn it.
Rabe?
Just a little bit of a side note on that. The person who came up with the concept of alpha wolves actually later found out that was not true.
Or Alpha, what the fuck? Goober takes Rabe into the medical room.
Okay.
He's gonna he's gonna take her to somewhere private where they can talk.
Right, talk.
I mean, if she wanted to, then yes, but he just wants to tell her, like, oh,
right.
You know the whole entire deal with the scythe and all that hostile stuff?
Yeah?
Parents weren't really that that well liked in terms of the society we lived in. Class at the Seiya Imperium didn't really, view as useful. It really kind of made her very defensive.
Oh, of all the buttons that I may like to push her buttons, but I'm not a fool. I'm not gonna push that particular button. I don't want her angry with me. I do love watching her squirm.
I'd push both your buttons if I wanted to, but I'm really not. But I'm kind of like not really, suicidal.
Rabe picks up on you saying you'd push both of their buttons if you want to. It's like, if you want that sometime, we'll see if we can arrange that. But the thing is, though.
Wait. What? I thought the thing if saying this, I mean with my parents apparently experience, I'm pretty sure if I did that I can't be breaking your heart and I don't want to do that.
Rabe just kind of leans in very carefully, winks, and gives you a sweet kiss.
I think Goober is just like like at that moment he's just like yes, but if she's okay with it, oh my god.
Keep this under your shirt for now, though, love.
Put it under my weighted clothing?
Yes.
What's the test for, by the way? Is it just to make sure the baby is a boy or girl or something, or is it something else?
It's just making sure that the babies are healthy, especially in Roma's case, because, well, as far as medical science knows, a Frigusian Saiyan hybrid is unprecedented.
I want to run for president.
It means it's never happened before, as far as we can tell.
Oh.
Alright. And while you were having that discussion, Roma is over there talking to Asai. Asai has walked up to Asai with Monzo in her arms. Yeah, actually, I was thinking about talking about there too. Look, I know my sister very, very well. I know what makes her tick, what doesn't. You might want to be careful about what buttons you push. She's not going to be trying to deliberately push any buttons you don't want her to push, but you still might want to be careful with that. I mean, you saw what happened. You saw how much it took to bring her down from that berserker state. I mean, I couldn't bring her out of that, and I'm the one who knows her the most out of any of us. She may be death incarnate, but the heart of an angel. She can be your angel or your devil.
God, Stai's my devil and she's my angel.
See, this is why I don't do memes, because I make them sound as bad as they actually are. Well, I mean, as you clearly could see by the kind of power that she held when she was in Berserker mode, my sister isn't like most Saiyans. You can't treat her the same way that you would treat, say, any of the twin fangs on there. And as far as her getting angry about hurting Goober, that's the kind of Saiyan she is. She's not that different from you in that she's not really all that typical of a Saiyan, although I realize in your case it's not really your decision that happened. Thing is, for her, wasn't really her decision either. She is not a soldier. To a certain extent, yes, that's correct. And I am certain that if anything serious were to happen to Goober, I'm pretty sure that would be the one thing that would be the biggest trigger for her, because she has grown to care about Goober very deeply, not only because Goober is the father of her child. And I'm using trigger in the clinical sense, people, so anyone in the comments who wants to make jokes about triggering, shut up, it's a serious medical thing. Right. And Roma also goes, and also for my part, Don't let anything happen to my sister. Otherwise, Goober will be the least of your worries.
Goober's gonna area, just like after that whole entire button debacle, he's just gonna like walk past everyone.
You get back here, Goober, Roma says, one arm around Bonzo, one hand on her hip.
Okay, I'll come back here. Hello. Goober has a face of like, oh dear God, I'm still like, I can actually do that. Well, I did see a Fergusi in the shout, well, twice, well, 3. Like, Kelly, you really have to fucking learn to close the shower when you're using it. Hell, 3 times! 3 fucking times! Oh, I will Kienzo on that thing off, you know that!
The things you learn in a filler episode.
Who needs to see that old glory unless you're Robert?
Roma just looks at Achille. Yeah, I kind of have to. I have to agree with Goober on this. There's only one person around. I'm pretty certain that there's only one person on this ship who actually wants to see your additional appendage. And only in certain contexts, love. And only in certain contexts, love.
I mean, he's oh.
And at Achilles' mention of that, Roma just goes beet red, like her face matches her top.
Just gonna take Bonzo. Alright, Bonzo, it's nap time.
Why is Roma blushing?
Roma was mentioning something, because Big Brother Kelly said something he shouldn't have said in front of a 3-year-old. Looks back at Kelly like, to her baby room. Stuffed animals and toys and stuff.
Roma's just still going like beet red.
Well, you gotta list. Fucking close the shower.
And Roma just like quickly like puts one hand on Achilles like, before you dig yourself in deeper. Drags him off to her room.
You and me.
And it's Asai, Bonzo, and Goober.
Goober took Bonsai to her room.
Oh, right. And then there were 2, Goober and Asai, only left behind.
So, you and me, I'm not getting at anything, no. No, not like my wife's okay with the 3. But
And Rob A just peeking around the corner is silent, going, You idiot. I told you to keep that under your shirt. Asai, you have no idea what's going on.
I think Goober's more like he's tripping over his words more than anything.
Fortunately for Goober and his health and well-being right now, Asai is just completely oblivious to what he's saying.
Goober just like decides to slap himself. Oh yeah, three learning thingy. Yeah, you know, since I'm a stupid.
Rabe carefully watching around the corner, just.
I'll be fucking honest here. How did you learn how to get so buff like that? Because I apparently, I don't even think those two know how to do it. Inez watches everybody. Oh, it's a super duper Saiyan?
It's a level beyond Super Saiyan. It's super duper.
It's a form beyond that. This is a super duper duper Saiyan?
We're such dorks.
Oh, please, it's nothing compared to Super Goober.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm changing the name right
You ought to
now.
send in pass regular. Oh, why not call it Super Space Warrior? You know, you're sending past a regular form of power. Powerful as Rabe. But your punches hit like a fucking truck.
I just had to kind of shift my chair in time with the music.
Yeah.
Well, if you're curious about how we do it, basically it boils down to all that excess ki that comes out of Super Saiyan. I take that energy and force it back into my body, bulking up, increasing my muscle mass.
So you recycle the power, but you lose the speed. Going into the second state, though, it's without the cost of stamina. But it does entirely burn you a lot faster.
Give me a mysticism check on this to kind of see if you can make heads or tails of this. Goober. Yeah. Basically, by your approximation, it does create like a 50% power increase, but a 75% speed decrease.
Oh.
Oh, wait, you were just thinking about fighting.
That's what makes Goober surprising. He's intelligent when it comes down to fighting, but it comes down to other things. Yeah, don't ask. He's space Twitter. Or Spacebook. No, look, I know exactly who to ask. Robert!
Rabe is just kind of like beat red as soon as you do that, just from like the close call that was on there. What?
He takes her by the hand. Alright, okay. He's gonna walk over to Asai. And... Okay, Asai... Rabe, can you do the legendary thingy?
You realize I'm pretty much feral in that state, right? Do you really want to do that on this ship and risk the wrath of Carrick among other even bigger catastrophes?
Take her by the hand and look her right in the eye. I believe in you. About, you know, becoming a beast. Doesn't matter.
As much as I hate to admit it, Asai's making a lot of sense right now.
Roll a mysticism to see like what entirely makes that berserk state so much more feral than a size form.
Yeah, and in fact, Asai, if you want to, you can roll mysticism for this as well.
Damn it.
All right, Goober. The most that you can glean about this is what you have already been able to perceive. That it is every bit as powerful as a size ascended form, just with no loss of speed. Asai, you're able to glean a little bit more from it, and the knowledge that you are able to glean from that does make your fears rather justified, because the whole idea of that form of Rabe's form, and the reason why in Mayonnaisian lore one of the reasons why in Mayonnaisian lore it has been considered a sign of the devil is because it is raw destruction. It has been associated with pure raw destruction. And everything that you've seen of it in practice with Rabe would suggest that, at least to some degree, those fears are founded.
Or finds it sexy.
I mean, there's no loss of speed. Yeah, there's no loss of speed, but there is a loss, and that loss is of mind and willpower. Yeah, I mean, Rabe and I have been trying to work on that for as long as she and I both have managed to find our Super Saiyan transformation. So, yeah, that's... Goober, I am not transforming to that state while we're on this ship. I am not killing us all.
Our ribs can kind of attest to that.
My more controlled green forms, certainly I can transform into that, but it would have to be like a very, very insanely good reason for me to transform into that state while we're here on the ship.
Okay. Alright. Asai! Something.
Yeah.
Do not question what I'm about to do. Well, Asai! Alright. Hold my other hand.
Right.
And hold Rabe's other hand.
Rabe kind of tenuously and somewhat shyly reaches out to hold Asai's other hand. Like, what's going on? What are you doing, Goober?
Now, Goober is just going to describe the equivalent of a meditation-based exercise.
Rabe, Asai, Goober, Roma, Bonzo. There's 5 right now. If what you're thinking of Geek requires 6, but that's not something that's.
So they have to be
close.
Super Saiyans.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so you're leading them in a meditative action.
Yeah. I want to try to at least try to control some of the flow of ki.
Okay. Mysticism checks all around.
Right.
And Rabe's gonna roll 1 too.
Wait, should I actually get a bonus for this considering I'm the one leading the exercise?
Right.
Never mind, Rabe's got this fucking down.
Alright. Altogether, you're focusing meditation. You are leading this, but your attention is also somewhat kind of divided between teaching the other 2 on this. Asai, you're still kind of wondering what the heck is going on, but you're starting to get into this. Rabe, this is actually very similar to things that she's done alongside with Roma, so she's getting a lot more comfortable with it, and she even just kind of gently and affectionately squeezes Goober's hand, and then also Asai's.
My. Goober is still like holding her. Happy that his hand was squeezed, but he's still continuing with the exercise. He basically wants to try to find a way to circulate the ki through all 3 of them. Continue on making this circuit.
Yeah. Okay, and so for this then, mysticism checks once more all around. Okay. There's a little bit. All right. Rabe, because she has this immense well of ki in her, is able to, channel the ki that's coming from Asai over and around into Goober, as well as channel some of her own. There's a little bit of Goober. Again, your attention's still a little bit divided, but you're still able to focus on sending that around. When it comes to Asai, that is where the biggest form of resistance is right now. Asai, you are having a very difficult time letting go right now. You don't know quite what it is that's getting in the way. Maybe it's, maybe there's something else on your mind at the time that's kind of getting in the way at the moment. Rabe, she kind of opens her eyes a little bit because she can kind of feel less of a pull, less of a flow from Asai. Is like, something wrong? And she doesn't sound like chiding about this. She actually sounds concerned.
I guess since Cooper's also kind of sensing this, he's just gonna look at her but not really say anything.
Okay, well, another attempt, another round. Mysticism checks, please.
I'm gonna tell, or Cooper's just gonna eye aside for a bit, just like, hey, whatever happened wasn't, whatever entirely,
Right.
you know.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and give another mysticism check, Goober.
What motherfucker?
Okay. Asai, now that you're more conscious of the fact that you've been kind of holding back, whatever was in your mind, you're pushing it. You're managing to push it back in a way, and you're able to flow a little bit better. Rabe, her concern has kind of crept into the forefront, but she's still kind of okay. But then it comes around to Goober, and Goober, there's something in your mind. Maybe it's the divided attention, or maybe it's something else. But right now, you're the weak link.
Oh, Cooper's like, shite, sorry.
I could have sworn I had turned my phone on to mute, but apparently not.
About what's gonna happen. That's my bad.
Rabe's just like, no, maybe we should give it like one more attempt here.
Goober then is just like, I think Goober is just like, he's going to gently like pull him into like a small like little hug. Once again.
Oop.
Yeah, just accept it.
No. I'm trying to move, not stretch. I'm trying to move, not stretch.
Here comes the mysticism. Please don't roll low for me. I will use a resolve point just in case I roll fucking low.
Alright, one more mysticism check all around for the three. Hikili, you are watching on with great interest. With these checks a lot closer to each other, there are still some thoughts for all of you that are kind of trying to get in the way, but you can definitely feel a more complete, consistent circuit going through. Goober and Asai, you were feeling quite a bit of energy flowing through you just from the connection with Rabe in particular. Oh. It feels very warming inside. It's kind of a warm energy. It doesn't feel quite the same as when you are all powered up into Super Saiyan, but there is definitely kind of this very, very energetic warmth that's circulating about with the three of you. Roma's just looking at Keely, watching what they're doing, and it's like, I've heard about this. Supposedly, if you get a number of Saiyans together, especially Saiyans with very close bonds and ones with the power of Super Saiyan, sometimes they can combine their energies together, uh, merge their energies together, and the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. I've never seen it happen, but it's something that's legendary supposed to happen. As for whether or not that kind of energy is something that they can share with a Fergusian, that's entirely unprecedented. But if there's any... Because... I don't know. I feel like this is something the three of them need to do with each other right now. I don't know, but I look at Rave and I see her with them, and I feel like this is their time.
Goober, as they're meditating, Goober is just like, he's gonna stay like the flow of this key should be what this should technically be what the circulation of your power should feel like, but more internal. Control you, don't let it take over. Just let it flow.
Yeah. As you complete the meditative action, Asai's like, you know, that's the first time I've ever felt that fire be that calm and energetic, but calm. Usually it's like a raging inferno burning out of control within me.
Well, yeah. But you shouldn't really, and Goober, gently pokes, where he assumed would technically be where the feeling is. You really shouldn't let that be the thing. Yeah, it's like a raging inferno, but you really shouldn't let it be like that. The Mari told me if I let my key like that, then I'm gonna end up hurting myself.
Yeah.
Mostly myself.
Well, from what Waroma told me, that's what happened to my brother. He felt that fire raging inside him, and just it burned him alive. Emotionally, spiritually speaking.
Yeah. I did. So you can. And the key was a lot warmer, a lot stronger.
And we are your firefighters, exactly.
Sounds like a weird sexual position.
Right.
The Kami Sutra on Phrygians anymore.
No, I think you've elevated to the Kai Sutra there. I think they've elevated to the Kai Sutra. Alright. I know, it's just... Well, part of it's the hormones, you know. She pats around near where her womb is, you know. I will admit some of it is ironically fitting with the color of my aura, a green monster of jealousy. I mean, you've known him when he was a little child, and I've known him for, several months. Granted, in ways that you don't know him, but, well... Yeah, well, Rabe looks over at Goober affectionately, then back to Asai. He's always been... He's sometimes an idiot, but I love him.
Not wrong.
Achilles sneaking up on the touching moment brigade. and Rabe just looks at his side and goes, and well, probably one of the dumbest things he's done is not realize the woman that you are. But he's my idiot, and I love him.
Everyone's idiot, but mostly yours.
Why do I feel like Achilles is gonna jump out right at like the most touching moment to ruin everything?
So I have to like confess something to you, both of you.
Rabe just lays a hand on Cooper. Remember.
What to say? You mean a lot to me.
Huh. Alright.
Kind of used this training exercise to try to bring you both together, because if you started fighting, it might have ended up badly.
Yeah. Rabe takes a look at Asai and considers her offer. You know what? Yeah, but just a little word of warning. Yeah, just a little word of warning. Whatever you're expecting, you might not want. Whatever you think you're expecting, don't think you won't get more.
Cooper's gonna like look at Rabe like he's worried now.
Right. And Roma's out here to steps out here and it's like, well, I never thought I'd see the day. My dear little sister's got a proper rival.
In the distance, King Yami is currently freezing his ass off.
Huh.
That was interesting.
Yeah. That meditation technique that you were using, Goober, who taught it to you?
Goober's like, he tries to trace into his memory. I mean, Tamati and the other guy told me not to do it, but I didn't really have any people to test it with, so I kinda knew about it, but I didn't really,
Yeah. I had heard about it when I was learning there at the Orange Star Academy from them as well. Supposedly, it's something that Saiyans can do to unite their energies in the time of a great crisis. If there are people of similar mindset with the ability to transform into higher levels of power. Supposedly, there's just one certain number of Saiyans that you need for this. It's like the threshold for something really great happening, but I can't remember what that is off the top of my head.
21. No.
No, that's blackjack.
Okay, then I might be mistaken my card games for my legends. Goober is just gonna get up and just try to go Super Saiyan, see what happens after that.
Goober, you managed to fire up your Super Saiyan aura. You notice it feels a little bit different. Because not only now you've felt not only do you feel your usual normal golden Super Saiyan ki, but there's, because you were meditating with Rabe and with the Sai there, you kind of feel a little bit of their energy still within you.
Oh, it's like you guys are both inside me at the same time.
Rabe just kind of puts her hand over her mouth, trying not to giggle at that.
See what you feel.
At least the kids in at least the kids playing with her toys in her room, safely away from the innuendo now.
Like there's the baby monitor just in case.
Yeah. You power up into your ascended form. You feel, of course, your usual power there, but there's just that little hint of fire still in there that feels a little bit touched by both Goober and Rabe's auras. And Rabe, just to match, she doesn't go like into her full berserk form, but she does power up into her green Super Saiyan form. She's looking at herself and it's like, I can feel a part of both of you within me. Looks like it's...
No, I'm sorry. I think Gilbert actually just like, when he hears that, it's like... He looks at his side. You see, now, you don't feel... You see, when I say it's gross, when you say it's not so gross... Is it?
Alright. Yeah. You can definitely feel like the slightest hint of each other's power still staying within you. Yeah, there was definitely a trace left there from this method of meditation. Yeah. And
not gonna reach for that feeling.
Rabe powers down as well. Her, her aura just kind of flickering out like a candle there as she powers down.
Power down.
Rama's just looking at like, you realize you three are connected inexorably now. I mean, not just in the way of all the connections that we have here with each other, and certainly not just in the method of connections Goober and Rabe have made.
So I'm married again. So I have to marry Asai too.
Rabe's trying not to look at the both of you when you said that. Saying I expected to be connected to that idiot to my left.
Be your father or something, considering. Like his hands on his hips, like looking at her, like, hmm.
Alright, say that again, Omni, because Solara missed that.
Sorry, what do you expect him to be, like your father or something? Because I'm pretty sure I don't entirely see anything bad with this. Hips just like looking at her like, hmm.
Rabe taking
Stern look.
Rabe taking a couple steps back.
Now she knows how Goober feels.
Roma taking a step back, pulls Akili back with her. Roma just kind of goes over to the side to Akili and goes, if there's one button you don't want to press with Asai, it's about her parents.
I know that because I know you and your father don't really get along, but you know, at least
Rabe just steps between them, puts a hand up over Goober's mouth, takes a look at Asai, and it's like, even I know better than that. My apologies for my husband here. Yeah, she just like has her hand over Goober's mouth, like, no.
Her hand on my mouth. I'm just gonna start tickling her just because she started this.
Rabe, like, just firmly but gently grabs your hands to go, like, not now.
No, insulting her father or her family. I'm just like, I know them. A great person. Not gonna be like hating on. I'm not saying shit about them, considering I know them.
Asai punches a crate behind her. Some of the stored scrap just kind of comes out of the hole within it.
Is that Kerrick's scrap or?
Yeah, that's something that is some of Carrick's scrap. So Rabe just let's go of your hands. Hands puts her head over her head. It's like, just looks at Goober like, was it worth it?
Oh, not really. Not really lying. I know her parents. She knows my parents.
Then you should know.
Hell, our parents knew each other.
Then you should know better to not Then you should know better. You pressed her parents' button. You shouldn't have did that.
Oh.
Aren't you the one who told me not to press that button?
My fault, and I apologize for it. So, Kelly, your tail missed me. By 1.
It was just kind of like a light tickle as opposed to a tail slap. Someone better go into the gravity chamber and make sure she doesn't destroy the ship, I guess.
Ta-da.
And not you, Goober. You'll only make her angrier.
You caused this. I'm the one who's gonna stop causing it. Kelly.
Okay. Rabe just kind of goes in with her. Roma's staying back behind because she knows what's gonna go down with this. Rabe's like, you know, I was just gonna come in by myself, aside to make sure you didn't hurt yourself or wreck the ship. They decided to run along in with me. I am sorry.
Talk to her. Okay, I guess I'll go. Bye. On this ship, I actually wonder. I read the last part, I was like, oh, wait, Kelly really doing this? And then, oh, sword battle.
Alright, well, and I apologize on his behalf. I have already made. I will make sure that he does not forget that mistake for today. Someone needs to go clean up the crates. I think I'll go do it. And Sai is looking like, or Rabe is looking like she's kind of half wanting to leave, but then she turns back to you. And her eyes kind of flash green for a brief minute. Sai.
Oh.
Not out of anger, though. Roll a sense motive check, Sai. She was this close to pinning you to the wall and kissing you.
Oh my!
Rabe just kind of leans in a little bit and goes, do me a great big favor. Don't ever lose that fire that you felt.
Oh my god!
And then she walks out.
I'd actually see Goober taking off the weighted clothing.
Okay.
The top of the key and some of the boots.
All right. And as she go and Rabe is going off to her room, is like, I'm gonna retire early, honey. Spend some time. I'm gonna retire early. And she just goes off by herself to her room to go to bed.
Okay.
Someone's in the doghouse.
We're just gonna, like, by the way, he did the stupidest thing he just did, and he did another stupid thing.
And Roma just goes over to that crate and's like, well, somebody's got to clean this up. Starts working on trying to see if she can clean up the scrap and repair the crate.
Finishes like with the weightlift, with like taking off the weighted clothing. Wonders how light he feels inside the ship.
No. One of us wrecked it. One of us has to clean it. All right. Okay. Yeah, you were with the weighted clothing off of there. Yeah. With the weighted clothing off of there, you were feeling very, very light in your feet. Though with the events of the day, rather heavy in heart.
Yeah. I think Gooper is like, after that, he's gonna try to contact Mayonnaise.
And, yeah, as far as Akili, Roma trying to fix the crate, I'm trying to think what I want to do here that's just going to be... That's going to be something that the both of you could do. I mean, I'm going to say profession skill, because y'all would have been around... Y'all would have been around containers like this in your job, so... Alright. Apparently, Roma's a little more familiar with this exact type of crate than Hikili is. But working together over the course of the rest of the trip to Tohinga, you are able to manage to at least patch the crate up. It still looks as if it has been damaged and punched, but yeah. Let's see, for your training on there, yeah, roll a fortitude save on there to see, you know, how well you're doing there. Goober, give me kind of a give me a acrobatics check to see how light on your feet you feel.
Okay. Can I just use a resolve to reroll this? Because I think.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
For all right. Yeah, it looks like you're having kind of a little difficulty getting your footing at first, but you managed to catch yourself and are feeling quite light on your feet without the weight and clothing. Aside for your point, for your parts, yeah, the with the push-ups and sit-ups on there, yeah, you are motivated by the additional energy within and you, and also by sheer stubbornness. You are able to get in a very productive workout session. All right. In fact, while you're doing your sit-ups, you're just kind of imagining kind of Robbie right in front of you as you're sitting up there. As you're sitting up there, she's not saying anything to you, but it's just kind of in your mind's eye. I was hoping to actually get some stuff on Tohinga done here today. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. It looks like that is something we'll have to wait a little longer on this, because I'm getting tired and I should probably get to bed sometime soon. I apologize for not having any kind of combat in here, but kind of the necessity of the moment warranted kind of a filler session.
I never challenged me to a rematch. That could have been combat.
Right. Well, it's getting close to 9:30 now, and I have to get up at 5, so I'm going to go ahead and close out of things here. In 2 weeks, when we return on Super Universe 13, hopefully, yeah, there might have been combat as something went wrong with those three. Instead, things went very, very right. But yeah, next when we meet again for this, hopefully we will actually have Time Lord on here. We will be on Tohinga, and we will finally be able to do what I was thinking was going to happen with Amethyst. I will leave you all with I will leave you all with one thing. You notice something coming up on your Twitter from the handle @IceQueen. This is Malvarma's Twitter, and it says, I can't believe that @Amethyst Artifice has never experienced girl talk before. This is just freaking adorable. Good night, everybody.